morning, everybody. Welcome back. Today I just wanted to go through a couple of things that I've discovered, learned, um, had questions on over the past month or so in doing bigger apiary, more splits, learning about splits. That's kind of been a bit of a challenge. Um, But first, you probably noticed on my YouTube channel, I've changed my moniker from Adventures in Beekeeping to Black Creek Apiaries or Black Creek Honey. Uh, that's kind of an homage to my farmer, where I got my one apiary. Just so happens that the road is on Black Creek, so it seemed like a fitting um, name for my honey. Very fitting, actually. So it's gonna be Uncle Kevin's Black Creek honey. That's gonna be my honey. Now, yeah, I'm not in this for money or anything. It's a hobby right now. But you know, hey, in 15 years, I'm gonna be retiring, and it's good to have maybe something in the back pocket for later, or a sideline business in another 5 years, where I could sell honey or nukes or whatever. You know, I can't sell them here out of my home apiary. Obviously, I'm limited as to the number of hives I can have here. But you know, if I get a few friendly neighbors, and I'll have to obviously share proceeds with them if I'm going to be making money at it. As it stands now, he's just a friendly farmer, and he knows I'm just a hobbyist, so he's just kind of helping me out, and he gets a little honey in return. So that's a good thing. Um, so whether this remains Adventures in Beekeeping, I guess I could keep it going. I could also just make this about Black Creek apiaries. Um, and continue on doing the same thing I'm doing. It's just a different name. I haven't made up my mind yet. Maybe you guys can help me and tell me what you think I should name my videos. You know, my handle will be Black Creek Apiaries, Kevin McMahon, Black Creek Apiaries, but or Black Creek Honey, and but maybe the name of my videos, it might change from Adventures in Beekeeping to Black Creek Honey Presents. It'll still be the same, just my journey through this whole endeavor. Getting into the hives here, I ran into something earlier this week that I was unexpected given my research, which apparently was not good enough. Now, in this apiary here, I'm at home, and I'm using oxalic acid vapor for my honeybees for my mite treatment, and it's going great. You know, it just takes a long time to do it. You know, probably 10 minutes a hive. You know, I mean, after you set it up and put the stuff in and let it vapor, which only takes 3.5 minutes, but then you gotta let it cool down before you put the next one on, and da 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 da. Now I could go get the Pro Vape, which costs $399, but I can't really justify that cost right now. I just have the little wand that you slide in. Unfortunately, I can't slide the wand in these type of nukes, and I have a slight conundrum there. But since these are just temporary for now, because I'm just raising bees, and then I'm going to be transferring them into 4/4 hives. You know, and these are splits, so there's brood breaks and things like that. It's really not needed. So anyways, I vaped, and I'm doing it once every week for 3 weeks. I just did my second treatment the other day, and or Friday. Today's Sunday, and things are going great here. We'll do a mite treatment after week 3 to see how it is, and then after that we're going to do once a month treatments for mites, for oxy here. Now, over at the farm apiary, I wanted to go with a little bit I guess you could say quicker or hands-off or just an easier approach. And I acquired Mite Away Quick Strips, formic acid, which is uh, in all regards a soft chemical, like um, oxalic acid, and so I put one pad on each hive, and I've got some. Yeah, I've got 6 double 10-frame nukes there, so there's quite a few bees, and so it's quite a bit of area. So I put one pad on, and then you wait 14 days, and then you put another pad on after 14 days until day 27. You can leave the pads on; it's no big deal. Um, well, when I was over there this week, I wanted to do some splits of 2 hives. I wanted to take a frame of brood, of eggs and brood from one of each of my 2 carniolans over there, and I started. And this was about a week after I had done and I had set the pad in. Um, I went into both hives and I was pulling frame after frame after frame. 20 frames I pulled. Top box, bottom box, didn't matter. And all that was there was spotty, capped brood. Obviously, um, the everything that was capped had hatched, but she was not laying anymore. And there was no eggs, no larvae, no nothing. And I got very, very concerned I lost my queen. And I couldn't figure out what the deal was. And I pulled every frame, found her, healthy as could be. She was wandering around the thing. There's no swarm cells, no nothing. No supersedure cells, nothing. There's no eggs, no larvae. I mean, it just nothing. I was just wow. So I went to the second hive, and it was the exact same way, and it was carniolan. Now the other 4 hives that I did not crack open because I wasn't stealing from them. I didn't want to steal from the Italians. But I did go into my nuke. If you saw the last video, I did a double nuke, and that queen was still laying and doing fine. But it didn't dawn on me at that moment. But after doing some research on the internet, it's extremely common. And I've got lots of people that have told me the same thing, that the queens will, if they don't die, if it doesn't kill them, they will shut down for a couple of weeks, or they can shut down for a couple of weeks, and that blew me away. I can't think of a reason to use that stuff if it shuts down brood production. I mean, what good is it? If it kills your queen, that's a $30 queen. Or if you shut down brood production during June, or end of May and June, which is your busiest brood production time. I mean, how ridiculous is that? If you read the literature that comes with it, it even says on there that it'll kill the first couple of days 1,200 to 1,500 bees, or 1,500 to 2,000 of your bees. I'm just like, holy crap. So that's to be expected. Why in the world would I mean, mites won't kill that many bees. Well, they might, but you see where I'm going with this. So that blew me away. So I've now got 25 of these pads that I bought in a box that I am not going to use. I might try to find a different time of the year to use them. Maybe late fall going into winter. I'll use them. But I've got Apiary, which seems to be a lot better, a lot easier on them. So I have those, but those are very, very expensive. I think 10 pads, or 10 pairs of pads were $35. I mean, my God, that's a ton of money. When you're talking, I got 21 hives right now. Well, I mean, between nukes right now, but that's what I'll have going into winter. So that's just something to keep in mind if you're new at this and you're thinking about this. It's something to consider. I'm not telling you what to do. MAQS has been on the market for some time. Obviously, lots of people use it. I can't imagine why. But you know, if you want some and you're in central Wisconsin, you know, come on over and I'll sell it to you cheap. The second thing I wanted to talk to you about, it was funny because a week ago it was 97 degrees here for 4 days in a row. Now flash forward to this morning, it's 50, got down to 50 degrees, which is extremely cold. Last night was the exact same way. It was rainy and cold. I did these splits, and I've got all these mini nukes, and I've got some bigger nukes, obviously. This nuke here I split out not yesterday, but the day before yesterday, and it was a simple split. And I just went into my hive back here. It was a carniolan hive. I pulled a frame of brood. It was perfect. It had honey, it had pollen, it had some cap brood, very little, and then just every age of brood all the way down to eggs in the entire frame. It was perfect, and it was loaded with bees. And I just grabbed the frame, grabbed it over, stuck it in here, all nurse bees. And it was the middle of the day, so the foragers you'd think were gone. Slid it in there, slid a empty frame in there, locked it up, gave them a pollen patty, gave them some syrup, and let them do their thing. Yesterday it was pretty cool during the day, and I didn't see a lot of activity out at the front of the hive, so I popped the lid. Actually, all I did was pull the syrup out right here, and there's no bees at the syrup, and I'm like, when I see that, I know something's up. Something is not right. So I popped the lid, and there was probably 50 bees in there. That was it. And after that cool night, I don't know if they survived. I'll be honest with you, I don't have a clue. But it's extremely concerning to me. So what I did was I went and grabbed some more bees. I shook them in there, and then I screened the front entrance off so that they can't leave. And it's nice and cool. It's going to be not 60 for a high today, and I'm leaving them in there locked up for well, half of yesterday, today, and then I'll open it back up tomorrow morning, and then hopefully they should reorient to this hive. But I don't know if it's too late. I hope not. But it's something to always be aware of, is that the weather patterns change in a heartbeat. Welcome to central Wisconsin, where, I mean, like I said, it was 97 degrees 6 days ago, and it got down to 50. That's a 47 degree swing. And you can tell, you're looking at this hive right here, which has got plenty of bees in it, and you're probably seeing one bee fly out. It's almost 60 degrees. It's interesting to watch bees, because when it's been 40 degrees, it's 30 degrees, and it gets to be 50, 55, bees are very, very active. But when it's been 90 and it's down to 60 now, you notice that they're not very active. It's just something fun to watch. So those are the kind of just a couple other things that that I wanted to discuss this morning. I can't go over to my my farm apiary. Their farmer's daughters is having had her wedding this weekend, so they're out in the fields taking pictures and stuff. So I'm staying away. I'd love to go out there and check my my double nuke with the with that super over the inner covers to see how that's progressing, or if I need to move those inner covers out of the way and just drop that queen excluder right on top of the box. It was something I was trying. I peeked in the other day and it looked like the bees were up there, so you never know. But just giving a quick update, and just wanted to share my coffee with you this morning. And well, until next time, happy beekeeping.